Greetings, y'all! It's your boy Cholo, aka Spooky TCG, and today we are back at it again with another quick battles video. But this time we are going to be doing something different. As you notice, we have a intro, or I am doing a voiceover. So a lot of you have been suggesting that I should make one of these videos, or I should put some commentary on this video on the quick battle. So today, that is what we are going to do today, and I hope you like it. And I apologize in advance because if I do make some wrong calls, or my commentary is not really that great, or the mic is just like picking up a lot of feedback or anything like that, please do let me know. I appreciate all the comments, all the positive or negative feedback that you give me. I will continue to strive to make and do proper or better videos for you all, or better content for you all to enjoy. And again, I also apologize if I haven't really been posting a lot, or I haven't been pushing a lot of content or videos. It's just that I am still attending uni and I've just been really tied up with college stuff. So right in, let's go with the video, and we are going to be seeing a matchup against Eustace Kid and Bello Betty. Bello Betty is seeing a rise here in the metagame. It is a good anti-meta deck against UP Luffy, just really good in swarming the board and giving power to its other characters to just attack and swing out. Meanwhile, we have also Yellow Kid, a really good deck right now to also pick out. I would say it's a tier 2 deck. It's really great for being defensive. You know me, I really enjoy playing defensive decks. I like playing Nami, Bonnie, and Kid as well. So I am player 2, and player 1 is Bea Munda. She's my partner. She's a really great player. The decks that she enjoys playing is just like Dofi, and Lim as well. But recently she's been playing more Lim and Bello Betty since Dofi got a ban of Jinbei. Rip Jinbei, no more Swarm. But let's go and see how this game plays out. So if I'm not mistaken, she goes for her second mulligan, or first mulligan. I also go for my second hand, which is I did not really draw that great. Starting the game off, Bello Betty goes first, and she has a good start here playing the Searcher, the Bello Betty Searcher. You get to look at the top 5, and then you get to reveal one, which is a revolutionary card type card, and put it into your hand, which she does. She reveals the Inazuma. When this character has 7,000 power or more, they gain Banish, which is good. Ideally, on Kid, you do want to go first, or you can also go second, but in this matchup, you want to go first since the deck that you're playing against is just really aggressive. But I lost the coin flip, or the die roll, so I went second. And you can just see here, I just played out my own Searcher, the Monkey D. Luffy, and I did not really find anything that great for that top 5, so I just went for the Scratchman Apu. I opted to play the Apu more than the Shirahoshi, since black isn't really that relevant that much, or at least the KO effects aren't really there anymore. I am not afraid of that Lucci that much anymore, so I prefer the Apu. It's a 1-drop, and then I will always have a Supernova card type character, so it gains the blocker ability. And then you can see her just playing another Bello Betty Searcher, which is a beautiful start for her because she gets to look at the top 5, play a body, and then just refill her hand, and just to put something down to activate the leader ability. Where she does here, she gives one of the Searchers plus 3,000 power, and which is just a really amazing start for her, because you can see this is her second turn and she still has 2 Dawn up. She can just swing for 6k for both and just pressure me as it is. So let's see what she is going to do here. But I think that is the most ideal play that you can do. Just really great start. The value is there. You put a body and then you add a card to your hand. And there you go. So plus 3,000 to one of the Searchers. And it can attack since it was played on turn 1. And this attaches 1 Dawn. Swings for 6k to a 5k. I do end up taking the first hit, and then I show the blocker. I use the Apu for the second. Then I'm going for my second turn here, and I just draw bad. If I'm not mistaken, I drew a Blaze Slice. Blaze Slice is a event that can tap or rest one of your opponent's blockers or characters. And I went for the Bello Betty searcher here using my searcher of my own. The reason for that is just to mitigate the pain of of being hit for, you know, more bodies, is reducing the amount of bodies that can hit me and get pumped by the ability of Bello Betty. Just trying to stop the bleeding. And if I'm not mistaken, I just really drew bad here, so I ended up not playing anything because I didn't get the Basil Hawkins, the 4-drop that has an on KO ability, and just attach 4 Dawn to Kid and swing for leader here. And which she does end up taking a hit, and she got a Lindbergh into hand. And if I'm not mistaken, she was just checking, if you can see, she's checking her phone because some of the cards are in Japanese and we're not really that familiar with all of them, or we haven't memorized all of them. She's just checking the trigger of she can do it. Well, she can, because you may discard a card if your leader is multicolored, play this card. So a really, really good for her. Like, yes, she did take a life, she did take 1 card off her hand, but it just netted her advantage as well because she gets to put a body on play from life to, you know, additional resources. So paying the 4 cost here, she plays a Imperium Vonkov, which is really, really bad for me because let's talk about Bello Betty's ability is just really, really broken, and tied up with these characters like Lindbergh, Ivankov. If their base power or their power is 7,000 or more, they have unlock abilities like this one. Activate main. Ivankov gets 7,000 power or more. She can play or put another body on board, which he does. She gets Caruso, which is another trigger as well. When it's on play, it gets an ability that it can put a minus 1,000 power during this turn to a character or a leader, which he does here, and puts a minus 1,000 power on my kid, so it becomes a 4k. And then just right here is just really bad for me because Lindbergh, it also has attacking trigger. When it's 7,000 power or more, it gets to KO something, which KOs my 1-drop searcher, and then I end up taking the hit. But good thing there was a trigger, but not the best trigger there. I get a Basil Hawkins, which draws me 2 and lets me discard 1. So there you go. I end up giving a 2k counter for that, and then swings for a 6k to my lead. And then I end up showing a 3k counter for that. And then just really, really bad start for me here. I'm on my 6th Dawn turn, and this is turn 3, but I'm already down to 3 life. Meanwhile, Bello Betty here has already 4 bodies on board on her 3rd turn. And then I try to mitigate or at least control the board. I swing the kid into the Lindbergh, but it just gets countered. Just gets a 1k counter. And then I end up playing here the Cavendish on my 6th drop just to have a blocker there. Using the ability of Kid, end of turn, I get to refresh one of my Supernova characters and give it a blocker ability. And then she just refreshes here. Not just really a really, really bad start for me, and a really, really good start for Bello Betty here. Just tied up with the leader ability and those characters getting more power or getting 7,000 or more power, unlocking other abilities that it can do. In this matchup, a Nami or Gedatsu on a turn 3 play is good, but it isn't really something that you really want to play as well, because you want to abuse the ability of Kid of giving blockers to your Supernova type characters, since Nami and Gedatsu aren't really Supernova type characters. They can't use it as a blocker, but it's good for removal as well. And we can see here activating the ability of Bello Betty, giving plus 3,000 to Lindbergh, the Searcher, and Ivankov, giving its ability activate main, gets another body on board without paying the Dawn just to cheat out another character, and the character that's cheated out is Inazuma, which is a really good card as well, because if you have other characters with 7,000 power or more, it gains rush, And you can see she swings with the Bello Betty first, the Searcher, which is a misplay on her half, because you want to at least attack with the Caruso first to get that when attacking trigger. So he attaches 3 Dawn to it, so it becomes an 8k, and when attacking, it gets puts another minus 1000 to a leader or character, which she does here. She puts a minus 1000 to my kid, and then I end up taking the hit, going down to 2 life, and another swing for the Ivankov, and then I think I countered out on this one, if I'm not mistaken, and then just swings for another 8k and end up taking down to 1 life, and just really drawing duds here. Swings for a 6k power to a 4k, and just swings for a 7. Talking about the Caruso is a really, really good card, and I'm just, wait, this trigger is just so funny. I was down to my last life, and then I luckily hit You're the One Who Should Disappear, netting me 1 more life, healing me, and giving me another chance in this game. But honestly, I don't really see an out for this. If I have a 7 cost Trafalgar Law, it would have healed me 1 more, and I could have swing attached 1 rested Dawn to my leader, but sadly I didn't draw any of it. Talking back, the Caruso is a really, really good card here, so that's why I swing into it. It's really a good card if you're playing against UP Luffy, because UP Luffy is a 6k base power leader, so if you have Caruso in play, just swing into it. It becomes a 5k leader, which really pressures you UP Luffy characters or UP Luffy players as well. That's why Bello Betty is so good for it. And then I play the Gedatsu to at least KO something, which I do get to KO the Inazuma because she's up till 3 life. Meanwhile, I am on my 1 life here. And honestly, I don't really see an end to this because I'm down to 3 cards in hand. And if I'm not mistaken, I gave Cavendish the blocker using the end of turn ability of Kid. And the life that I get to flip up was just a 1k counter. And if I'm not mistaken here, my hand is just a really bad hand. It has a 10 cost ace and an 8 cost Kid, and then a 1k counter if not mistaken here. Just really hoping that I could stretch it out here, or she doesn't really play the Dawn advantage properly. But yeah, you really want to, when you're playing Kid, I really enjoy defensive decks, so you want to stabilize at your 7 Dawn turn or 8 Dawn turn. Ideally, you want to play your Trafalgar Laws, the SR. You get to heal 1 and then put 1 rested Dawn, and it's a 9k power beat stick. And you can also play the Kid, which has an on-play ability. You get to trash 1 of your life of your opponents, and if your opponent has 2 or less life, you get to draw 1 and discard 1 at the end of your turn. And just attaches 4 Dawn to Bello Betty here, making it a 6k. I need to show here a 2k counter, which I don't have in my hand. I just end up using the blocker on the Cavendish. And then attaches, if I'm not mistaken, 7. Yes, swings for 7. So I need a 3k counter here, which I don't also have. So I go down to 0 life, and then just swings in for a game for 8k. And then I show her my hand. I have nothing. Just sad. And so yeah, it was a really good game, a quite fast one. Just Bello Betty showing her aggressiveness, showing her how good she is in the metagame today. It was a bad hand for me. It was a really not a good start. Meanwhile, Bello Betty really had the best start there, just playing those cards and just showing and beating me in the board state. And I couldn't just really develop my board, and I had really nothing in hand. But it just goes to show how Bello Betty can close out games and can just overpower you and swarm you out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you can give me your comments, feedback, suggestions down in the comment section down below. Please don't be harsh. I'll do my best to read them and try to improve more on this type of videos. So if you enjoyed the content or this kind of video that has commentary or voiceover, please let me know, and I'll see you next time. Please click the like, subscribe button, and share it to your friends. Thanks.